Topping today's news, the Prime Minister with a warning to developers and contractors over work permits. Senators clash on the subject of immigration. Two men set to appear in court today to face separate charges, one of murder, the other attempted murder, and the number of traffic fatalities continue to rise in country. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Jcn Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. At the most recent PLP link-up rally about a week ago, Prime Minister Philip Davis spoke strongly on the subject of Bahamians first when it comes to job vacancies, stating that if a Bahamian is qualified for the job, there will be no work permit issued for that job. However, he noted that there is a shortage of skilled workers in certain industries like the construction industry, which explains the recent increase in work permits.
But here's the reality. There's more construction happening in the Bahamas than ever before. Investment is pouring in. Roads are being paved. Airports are being built. Hotels and developments are rising from the ground up. And with that comes real pressure of finding enough workers. At the moment, there are simply not enough skilled Bahamian workers right now to fill their construction jobs. And even the Bahamas Construction Association said the same thing. So yes, there has been an increase in legal immigration, in legal migration to meet that demand.
Many Bahamians, including the official opposition and the Coalition of Independents, have complained about the large number of work permits and citizenship applications appearing in daily newspapers in recent times, particularly for and by Haitian nationals. The Prime Minister had the following warning for developers and contractors in regards to immigrants in the country on work permits. He also had a strong message for landowners who allow unregulated communities to go unchecked.
But I want to put every construction company and developer on notice tonight. If you're bringing people into work, they better have a valid work permit. And they must have decent housing. This ain't no free for all. And to those leasing land and turning a blind eye to illegal shanty towns, we have some laws that deal with people in that business too. The task force led by Minister Clay Sweeting. Is Minister Clay Sweeting here? He was here earlier. Where is he? Clay Sweeting, stand up. We are the only administration to start eliminating shanty towns, led by Minister Clay Sweeting. Others talked about it. We actually did it. We're going to keep enforcing the law. We're going to protect the dignity of Bahamian communities, and we're going to do it while creating the additional skilled labor force that we need.
In terms of increasing the number of skilled workers in the country, the Prime Minister said there will be a continued investment into institutions like the Bahamas Technical Vocational Institute, which he explains he's trying to expand the programs there, and the National Training Agency that recently saw dozens of Bahamians, on Friday past in fact, complete a pre-apprenticeship training program for careers in the construction industry. Last week, Free National Movement Senator Michaela Barnett Ellis said in a written statement that the Davis administration is denying an immigration crisis unfolding across the Bahamas. She cited the change in leadership in the Immigration Department as a clear sign that there are major problems within the immigration system. The Free National Movement senator said the immigration system is in a state of chaos, plagued by mismanagement at the highest levels, and is in urgent need of real reform. Well, in response, Progressive Liberal Party Senator Darren Pickstock released a statement of his own on Monday, saying he was stunned by Senator Barnett Ellis's statements, which he described as reckless. He accused the F&M senator of trying to instill fear among Bahamians and playing politics as opposed to offering ideas on how the Bahamas, the Caribbean, and the international community can help to stabilize Haiti. He accused Barnett Ellis of inflaming passions and misleading the Bahamian people into believing that immigration is the root of all challenges. Pickstock also accused Barnett Ellis of undermining and insulting the hardworking officers at the Department of Immigration. Police prosecutors continue to do the best they can to ensure that those who commit serious crimes like murder, attempted murder, are charged and they pay the price for their actions. Today, 2 adult males were placed before the magistrate's court for 2 separate incidents. In the first incident, 24-year-old Alvin Molly Jr., who was wanted by police and captured last week, was arraigned in connection with an incident which resulted in an attempted murder and possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. Those charges stem from an incident that occurred on Saturday, July 26 on Bow Avenue in Montel Heights, which ended on Lincoln Boulevard, where the suspect, allegedly while on a motorbike, is believed to have chased the victim from the initial scene and fired additional gunshots at the victim, who was in a vehicle trying to flee that area. The vehicle was later found crashed on the Eastern Road. In the second incident, a 28-year-old male was arraigned and charged with murder stemming from an incident that occurred on Friday, July 18th on West Street in Bainstown, where the victim was shot shortly after midnight by occupants of a dark-colored vehicle as he went to the public pump for water. That was the 50th murder for the year. Since then, there have been 2 other murders, including the shooting at a takeaway restaurant on East Street last Thursday and another shooting death of a young male on Adderley Street off Augusta Street, also in the Bainstown community, on Sunday night. On Saturday, a 28-year-old male was shot by occupants of a red Japanese vehicle while outside a home on Parker Street off Palima Street, again in the Bainstown community. He was last reported to be in critical condition in hospital. There are now 53 murders on record compared to 77 murders by August 6th in 2024. Meantime, police in the capital have launched an investigation into 2 separate shooting incidents that occurred earlier today. In the first incident, preliminary reports reveal that shortly before 2 a.m., a caller contacted police and reported that a female had been shot on East Bay Street. Officers and medical personnel responded and found a 19-year-old female suffering from a gunshot wound to her foot after being shot while leaving a business establishment by occupants of a green Japanese model vehicle who fired a single gunshot in her direction. She was transported to the hospital, was last listed in stable condition. The investigations continue there as well. In the second incident, shortly before 3 a.m. this morning, police were alerted via shot spotter technology of gunshots in the area of Rosedale Street off Mackey Street. As a result, police responded, and it was reported that 2 males, ages 31 and 29, were shot and were being transported to the hospital by a private vehicle. Additional information revealed that the 2 men were leaving a business establishment when they heard shots and realized that they had been shot. Both victims sustained injuries to their lower extremities. They were last listed in serious and stable condition, respectively. Investigations continue there. And finally, in this segment, the new academic year quickly approaching as September is right around the corner. In preparation for the upcoming school year, the Minister of Education, Glenys Hannah Martin, has highlighted additional steps that are being put in place to accommodate those students with disabilities.
Yes, what we have done, we've created a database in the Ministry of Education in Special Services, which has information on every special needs child in every school, where they are, what that need is. And we are hoping and we're moving on engaging in certain instances aides on certain campuses where it is necessary to assist students who require assistance. Not every person with special needs needs assistance, but some children do. And so we are seeking to put in place aids for those children that need assistance.
These steps include increased funding for specialized resources, training for teachers on inclusive practices, and the implementation of new technology to support students with disabilities. Minister Hannah Martin emphasized the government's commitment to ensuring all students have equal access to a quality education.
What we've done, we've tried to clear waiting lists. We have enhanced capacity, the Marjorie Davis Institute. They have tested and diagnosed hundreds of children, and we are placing them in schools so that no one is out there waiting to be placed. But the list is continuously replenished, and so it's a continuous effort. But we bring a special, singular focus to children with special needs.
As the 2025-2026 school year approaches, students with disabilities and their families can look forward to a system that better recognizes and meets their diverse needs. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.